Um, one of the students at that university wants me. She didn't say what she wanted me to do. Hey, everybody, welcome. We're in Champ Select real quick. We're gonna go with Jana here. Probably looks like we're against Vel'Koz, and we're gonna do this new newer build that I've been trying out, where it's Guardian and then Taste of Blood, Ulti Hunter. Yeah, I didn't scout everyone, but hopefully it works out. I could hit him with that Jana 2, or Jana Season 2. That's right, Victorious Jana. I'm just going to go with Exhaust. I don't think we're going to kill anybody during the landing phase. We can use that on Yasuo later. But yeah, one of the girls in one of my classes wanted me to, like, be an advisor and help her found this club or something at the university.
Oh, okay.
I was like, I'm happy to do that. I'm not sure if they're going to let me do that, though.
I'm not sure you're qualified. You're allowed to do that because you're an adjunct.
Exactly. I was like, I mean, I'm probably qualified to run it, but I'm not sure if they'll let me do it. But if I can do it, that would be another, like, you know, sort of hook in the system for them to keep giving me more classes there. So, like, that's why I'm trying to, like, serve on and become, like, a part of as many different types of, like, committees and things like that as I can. Small one. I've tried to volunteer to be a part of stuff in the big one too, and I've gotten some pieces, but not as much. I know it's black screen. Let me see if this is... Okay, that didn't fix it. Let me go. I'll fix the black screen real quick here. Hey, what's up, Blue Badger and Fane?
30 seconds until minions spawn.
So I think Jana might be one of my blind picks now. It's either like Jana or Rakan. So we'll see how blind pick Jana works. Blind pick Soraka.
In harmony.
She's okay, but she's still vulnerable if they go double assassin comp. This comp would have been fine for it. But last time I blind picked Soraka, first or second pick, it was they picked, what was it? Fizz, Kha'Zix, and then like Riven top, like double assassin, split top. And I've switched my ban over too, if y'all noticed. I got off Morgana. If I'm going to go Enchanters, Morg doesn't matter as much. And then I'm probably going to start banning Kha'Zix, because I think he's just so dangerous in the jungle, and I'm just tired of dealing with him. Like, the other assassin junglers, like, Kayn is a lot easier to deal with, I think. Like, Kayn can go off and still become a problem, but you have time. Like, you have counterplay. They don't just show up invisible and, like, literally one-shot you like Kha'Zix can. You know, Kayn, you see him coming, I have plenty of time to shield and do other stuff. Like, Evelynn, you know, you at least know she's in the area with the heart and stuff like that. Like, Evelynn's annoying too, but...
The storm approaches.
Soraka is way better against poke, like Vel'Koz. Okay, Kane's topside. Okay, he has Fleet too, which is a good call. That'll help him sustain through some of this. just gonna try to last hit here.
As you wish.
Wait, why is he standing near the tower?
An enemy has been slain. Breathless.
Okay. He was like AFK. It's like, dude, just walk at least to this tower if you're gonna be AFK. I mean, maybe he had to get the door or something. I get it, life happens, but at least walk to this tower. What's up, James?
Swiftly.
He's not going to be that far behind. Misfortune is missing just a lot of wide open stuff, so that's good. Oh, Teemo support. Yeah, I mean, it can be annoying. You know, you got to bring your sustain. Do what? Miss Teemo. I'm just gonna go ahead and max shield, because we're not really doing that much here. Oops. I know, chill. I still have one potion, whatever. We'll just roll with it. Yeah, Teemo's annoying. You just gotta, you know, just take like second wind. It depends on the champ that you're playing. But yeah, if you're trying to play like a tank or something, he can be pretty dang annoying. If you're trying to play like Nautilus or something into him early. You gotta try to call in your jungler, get a little help. Just gonna have to flash. Yeah, you just pretty much gotta never walk in bushes unless you sweep them first. Well, our other lanes are doing pretty well. Okay, Kane's top side. Really? Can't believe they got that kill. Vel'Koz is just so obnoxious because like he's really good at laning phase, but then he falls off like hard later if he doesn't get like really far ahead. And he's so susceptible to ganks. Like, if they don't gank for you, that's it. And Eve does kind of need to power farm to 6. She's 6 yet? She's not 6, but... Misfortune, of course, does quite a bit of damage, too. Dragon off that too. We're just gonna have to try to push. Bro. Boom. Yeah, I noticed that 2 of them started rotating down the river, and then they didn't show up at us. Yeah, we gotta try to push this man.
With ease.
So I was like, they're trying to 2-man that dragon. Not on my watch, son. You lost, boy.
An enemy has been slain.
In harmony. Swiftly.
She's got Dustblade. Hey, thanks, Gustav.
Shut down.
What do we have? We don't have Infinity Edge yet. Still pretty far behind. That extra movement speed off of Guardian helped him out a ton there, though. The 20% get out of that stuff.
As you wish.
What? Oh, she's got the freaking Dustblade so she can see the wards. Forgot about that. Little perk if you rush Dustblade.
With ease.
Can we get, like, Eve to come down here and kill this Vel'Koz?
An enemy has been slain.
Breathlessly. Upon the wind.
He just burned all of his mana on the wave. Like, I don't even think he touched one of them. Ooh. Hopefully he has Infinity, right? No?
Swiftly.
He burned his whole wave just to go get, like, a... boots? The hell, go. Holy shit. Really? Wait, did he just gold card the red buff? I think he just gold carded the red buff.
Shut down.
Okay, at least we got a kill bot lane, I
Has
guess.
been slain.
Wow.
In harmony.
Okay. And I used my ult to try to knock the Vel'Koz out of his ult. I really wasn't expecting that. Do we have Infinity yet? We still don't have Infinity Edge?
Killing spree. Turret plating will fall soon.
Alright, we're actually ahead in CS. It's just... they have way stronger items because we just bought a bunch of nonsense. We've got like a Cole and like tier 2 boots and... it's like, dude, just get Infinity Edge. So we can actually kill people.
Down. An enemy has been slain.
I see that ward, but
An enemy has been slain.
he dead. God bless. Why can't I just ever leave the lane to ward? It's like, it's literally any time you do that and you're below Challenger, your ADC's dead. Like, you can't even walk 2 steps into the river. It's just sad. They don't even have engage. Like, we have this bush warded. Like, literally the only way they kill him is Vel'Koz, like, flash and hits his E or something like that. You gonna go? You gonna go? Hello? What the fuck is going on? He's just having a peep? Like, he just... We see the jungler topside. Why would he not TP on that? We know they just used both ults, because Jhin was just crying about dying. Like, they don't have ults.
Shut down.
I don't know. Hey, what's up, Matt?
Breathlessly. Has been slain. Has been slain. Upon the wind. Your team has destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
Who can we play around? Irelia, I guess.
Swiftly.
So that one ward I didn't clear. Oh my god, for real?
Your
Please don't be
turret has
paying
been
attention,
destroyed.
Yasuo. I think he's paying attention now.
Upon the wind.
Okay. Dude, they're coming for me, man. Like, they're obviously coming for you. Okay, they're going for Dragon instead. They're on Drag.
As you wish.
Going to ward when Kayn is dead. LOL. Well, if you want to try to make fun of me, at least get your facts straight. Kayn wasn't dead because he came out to come contest me. I think you meant when Eve was dead. Hey, what's up, Stefan? And I was going to try to clear that pink ward that was there because last I saw Kayn, he was up here. I'd just run him into red buff and then rotated mid with TF, so he snuck down past the vision in mid lane. I don't think it was unreasonable to try to go up and clear that ward right there. He just had good positioning. It was unexpected. I'm gonna have to just like sit on this Irelia. Oh god. Holy shit. Damn, I didn't even get my I didn't even get my ult off in time. It's like flashed in, auto, reset, dead. Okay, you got him though. I didn't think he was in range to flash auto. Just too slow on the R.
Shut down. Execute.
Alright, he's dead, right? Okay. Okay, get him. Get him, big dog. Alright.
An enemy has been slain.
Well, I didn't also, I mean, he literally flash Q'd, autoed, and I was like dead instantly. I didn't want to blow my ult. I didn't know if he had flash or not.
An enemy
Like, he
has
just
been
flash,
slain.
auto Q'd me before I could ult. Like, before I had the reflexes to ult. So I could have ulted him when he walked into that bush, but I thought the flash was going to be sufficient, and then I wanted to save my ult to try to make a play on him with the Irelia. I was just too slow because he just deleted me after he flashed after me.
Breathlessly.
It was just way more damage than I was expecting out of
Has been slain.
it. So I was just too slow on it. He didn't flash like immediately when I flashed. Like, he waited like 2 seconds after I got out of there, and then Irelia showed up, and then he flashed past Irelia, and that's what threw me off. Is like he didn't flash immediately, and so I was like, okay, maybe he doesn't have flash. Jesus.
Double kill.
What? Did he literally come through this? Or did he walk over the wards and I just didn't see him? Or did he literally, like, come through, like, this area right here, like, this shadow, to get there? Maybe I just didn't see him coming on the wards. That'd just be insane if he was that lucky to just run straight through those wards, because this is a terribly placed ward. Why doesn't that ward see this? I don't know. Okay.
Upon the wind.
Has been slain.
In harmony.
Yeah, I was just see if we can go get that. I mean, I'm just not playing that well this game. I don't think Yas is necessarily OP. I'm just making a lot of mistakes.
As you wish.
Yay, I got an ult off. That wasn't terrible.
Double kill.
I need Irelia here, man. Please, like, we need you. No. It's just... Well, we are baiting them into a lot of fights. I don't know. It seems bad, dude. Let's just reset. So let me get some more wolves down. She jumped. I didn't get the click on her with the shield.
Breathlessly.
Yeah, let's go over here and just get this. The ult's like a really, really low cooldown. Okay, Yas is just like power inting now. Something's chasing me. Hip! Hip! Hey, what's up, Space? Well, I think if I think I misclicked the shield. Like, I tried to click on her and then she dashed. I don't know. I think I messed something up there mechanically. I'd have to go back and watch, but I feel like I should have been able to save her. Ah! Yeah, I wasn't in range. Now that I could not have done anything about. I was literally clicking on him. He just died like the millisecond. I was not in range. Nice. Okay.
Double kill.
In harmony.
Hate to give up my control word, but
Has been slain.
yeah, I mean, it's my first game of the night. I just woke up a second ago, too, so I'm, you know, not my finest game of League of Legends I've ever played, for sure. Oh, my God. Everybody keeps dying, like, literally when I'm, like, right there, like, right next to them. They keep dying right before I'm in range. It's like the most unlucky. I would not max W in this. Well, it depends on what you're doing in your lane. The build that I've been advocating lately is it's Guardian instead of Airy, so you're not going to have Scorch, you're not going to have Airy, you're not going to have Frostfang. So you just don't have a ton of poke to go with that W. The W has been nerfed several times in terms of its damage. It lost like 50 damage or something earlier this year. And if you're not like making significant, like, you're not gaining significant advantage on them, Like, if you're not forcing them to take bad backs, then I just wouldn't do the W. And they nerfed the speed on it per level of W, I think, too. And they buffed the shield. So, if you have a lane where you think you're going to be able to dominate, then, yeah, maybe you can still do the W, but... I think just, like, a couple of points in W in lane, maybe up to 3, and then max shield is probably where you want to be right now. Jesus Christ. Did I cut it short? Did I misclick? TF on those towers. Yeah, I think Janna's really strong right now. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people still go poke Janna. I mean, you can do that if you think you're going to be able to dominate your lane. This lane, I knew we were probably going to lose. Like, Vel'Koz is just way better. He has way more range at poke. And so, Misfortune is way better too. But, like, if you have something like a Draven on your team or, like, you really want to go aggressive, I still think you can go for the Comet build. But this was just much more of a, sort of a mid to late game scaling build. Yeah, I did do a, I'm going to release my support tier list tomorrow. I recorded it last night, but I just didn't get to upload it today. I don't have it pulled up here. I thought I had a tab pulled up for it. But yeah, I talk a little bit about, like, the Janna and Soraka being really strong right now. Yeah, Yas definitely threw pretty hard, and we just outscaled him. I mean, Vel'Koz was doing some useful stuff throughout most of the game, because he was pretty far ahead, but... Yeah, I pretty much go coin on everybody now. I've tried it both ways with that coin. I mean, there's a couple of people, like, maybe, like, Sona or Nami, just because they can trigger Spell Thief so easily. But, yeah, I want my wards ASAP, and I want more gold in the mid-games. I think games are slowing down a little bit. I talk about this a lot in the tier list video, sort of how I think the meta's shifting a little bit as well. But yeah, I like coin. It's just, it's guaranteed gold. It's like potentially like 1,000 more gold by the end of the game. And, you know, if you have that, it can be the difference between completing your second item or not, like faster than the enemy. So I like coin. It's guaranteed. Kind of my same thought process on like Comet early and like Max W on Janna. It's like, if you're not doing enough poke to make them leave the lane and take a bad back or kill them, then ultimately it's not going to be worth it. So if your ADC is just kind of sitting there chilling, not poking with you, or if they have a lot of sustain on their team, or if you're just getting camped by the jungler, very common, then you're losing out on value. I mean, you're just basically taking guaranteed wards, guaranteed money. So, like, the best case scenario is not going to be as good with coin, but the worst case scenario is not going to be as bad with coin as it is with Spell Thieves. Like, best case with Spell Thieves, you put in a ton of damage, you get just about as much gold as you would with coin, and you force them, either get a kill or you force them to take a bad back, you get a plate, you know, that's an extra 180 gold. For your team bot lane, they miss a lot of experience, and you snowball off of that. So that's like, you know, what you want when you're taking like Frostfang. But there can also be the other end of the, you know, the other side of the spectrum where your ADC either dies or you die or you just get camped by the jungler, and they get ahead and you can't safely go up and farm any stacks. It's too dangerous. Like that game, it was too dangerous. Like there's no way I would have been able to just walk up to like Vel'Koz or Misfortune consistently to hit them with W's, because like one slight misstep and I would die. I don't think W reduces... hold on. I mean, Nami would be pretty good here. Soraka would also be pretty good here.
Let me guide you.
Hey, Milan. Yeah, I can't take requests for free just because, you know, pretty much everybody, like, I would just have to be playing everybody's requests all night. I do, if you donate $10, I'll play any champion that you want in a normal game, and with, yeah, we're definitely going. I think it's, Vhagar Brand bottom. With some restrictions, I'll do a ranked game of anything for 20 bucks. But yeah, I can't do it for free, because then if all night, like, Lux is not like that unreasonable, but if all night people were just like, hey, play Braum, or hey, play, you know, whatever other champion that's really not that strong in this meta. Oh, yeah. My wife said Taric. Yeah, play Taric, stuff like that. I can't really... I would just lose too much elo. Frankly, my Lux has not been that great lately either, so... Is Jin Lulu any good? No. It's a bad like, the conversion of attack speed to attack damage is not very good on Jin. That's why a lot of people just don't even go Zeal items. Some people just skip it and go Infinity Edge. Or they'll go, like, Infinity Edge, Rapid Fire, Essence Reaver. The reason people go Rapid Fire is because the extra range matters a lot on many AD carries. So that's why Rapid Fire often gets put in there as like one of the only Zeal items, but...
The whole world in balance.
Yeah. I wish I could do it, Milan. I mean, I wish I was good enough at this elo to play everything and have like a 90% win rate, but unfortunately I'm just not there right now. And I really need to try to get back to Diamond. But we'll see. I mean, I can't really think of a situation right now where I would want Lux after those nerfs. I've tried her. It's possible into something like Zyra, maybe. It would have been okay into Brand, but... Yeah, Nico Brand bot's kind of weird. I mean, hey, it can still kill people, though.
Peace of mind.
I'm kind of glad it's not Vhagar bottom, because... he's just annoying to deal with if you don't have, like, a... Well, just in general. If you don't have a ton of poke. Soraka does have some decent poke, but...
To heal and protect.
But yeah, I think Janna, however, is pretty good with Jhin, because well, sort of. Like, Ardent Censor's not very good on Jhin for the same reasons I just talked about with attack speed conversion. So that's like an item that you can't really like benefit from too much. Oh crap, I didn't mean to take heal first. I thought I was playing, I started talking about Janna. I thought I was playing Janna. It's leveling up the W. Okay, well, you usually want to start with Q. But fortunately, we'll level up here, so I don't think it's going to matter too much. If he hits us with a W, it's probably okay. But Janna is better than Lulu because you get raw AD, and that AD scales with the crit, so... Okay, well that was just a nice little... I always wondered that about Guardian, and that just confirmed it.
I heed their call.
I was wondering if Guardian is just like how much available shield that you have, or how much actually gets used or blocked. But right there, we only got 10 shield. So it's only what's used. So that crazy number, like 2,000, is how much damage is actually blocked, not how much shield appears at the end. So I think that Guardian is like really OP. On a lot of champs, when you look at the end of the game, it's like so much damage gets blocked. You always want to wait till you hit a Q if possible. For the heals.
Such hatred in their hearts. Never walk alone.
Oh god, he stepped forward. No, 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 no. Oh shit, I thought I had exhaust. I gotta just heal him. It's kind of an emergency. I didn't think he was gonna step through that much.
The whole world in balance.
Really? He backed for one potion? Are you kidding me, dude? Like... Oh my god. That is so bad. It's like, bro, I just healed you up to 70%.
This is my path.
That's a yikes. He's probably gonna get back to catch most of this, I think. Okay, I guess he didn't really miss that much. Yes, there is a reason for coin. I think didn't I just explain it for like 10 minutes a second ago? Maybe you weren't here. I mean, first of all, I don't know, one phrase, it doesn't like trigger me or whatever, but people ask, is there a reason? There's always a reason. I mean, I think what people mean is, what is the reason? But yeah, it's not like I just roll a dice and figure out like which items I want to get, you know? There's always a reason that I'm doing something. Especially if it looks unusual, like, it's usually carefully thought out, like why I'm not doing what the standard is. But yeah, it's just like, it's guaranteed wards and it's guaranteed money in the mid game at the price of not having as much sustain. Sorry to hear that, Mutant. That sounds frustrating. Alright, yeah, we gotta get boots. If I didn't waste my barrier earlier accidentally thinking it was exhaust, then it's gone. Then maybe I could have lived through that, but... No, you don't go W max early. Like, you still want some, like, your Q also... You do go W max, like... So here's the thing, what I think a lot of people get confused about max. Like, there are many, many champions where, especially supports, where you get one ability for the laning phase, and then you switch over and you get a different ability for team fighting in the mid game. So it's very common to get like 3 points and like one of the abilities, and then after level 6, then you max the other ability by level 10. And so Janna does that. Soraka does that a lot of times. So you go 3 points of Q in the laning phase so that you have some kind of lane pressure, and then you max your W after that by level 10. So the W will be maxed, but it's not what I get first, because it doesn't provide any lane pressure, and it actually provides, I think, just as much or even more healing than the W does, assuming that you're landing like half your Qs. Can we come over here and get this? I mean, we haven't pushed in. Like, we could have done it, but...
For peace of mind.
I wonder if my... I think my Q will proc off of, the clone.
To heal and protect. In my aid.
Whenever she throws her W out there, I should hit a free Q on it to give me heals. It is hard to hit her because she rushed tier 2 boots. We're not that far behind.
Unstoppable. Where am I needed?
So even though we're getting like smacked in this lane, we're still like, I still got my wards, you know, by like 10 minutes. Hey, what's up, Wings? I mean, I'll still play some Recon, guys, but I'm just playing something else. I know some people are probably excited about that, but I will still play some Recon some. I know you can't please everybody.
Be at peace.
Yeah, I don't remember what you said, Milan. A coin,
The whole world.
guaranteed wards, guaranteed money. Don't think we have enough poke to force him out of lane. That's the TLDR, as I've explained it like 3 or 4 times. I know your Wi-Fi went out or whatever, but...
This is my path.
I can't really get that deep of vision right now. Is he actually... Okay, he's not actually backing. Okay. Delete. People don't buy refillable because it's 150 is a large upfront investment. Like sometimes people do it, but it's like typically you don't buy a ton of potions after laning phase, especially if you're an enchanter. So like sometimes it happens, but it's not like a standard. Like, you could be buying something, you know, like a Fairy Charm or a Rejuve Bead or something like that. Like, a Rejuve Bead is a similar amount of healing over, like, you know, 3 minutes before you go back, and it actually builds into something. So that's kind of the thing. And Rejuve Bead builds into the Relic Shield line, and it also builds into Redemption. So it just depends. And Chalice of Harmony, for example, on Enchanters is super good because it builds into Athene's, and Chalice gives you a lot of extra regen based on your mana regen. So you get 50% extra bonus health regen based on your mana regen. So it's just there are other things, other itemized things that progress your build. Versus you aren't sacrificing a ton, so you can sell refillable probably for half value. I don't remember what the exact value is. Oh, I think I got an assist on that though. Lucian died, but at least I got an assist on the other side of the map for that heal.
Godlike.
Oh, Echo's going off. That's good. At least we're not down that much. Oh, God.
For peace of mind.
It was almost awkward. Well, Vagar roamed, and we were able to get some kills off of it, or some wards off it. The Blitz rework, I have not looked at it that much. No. Yeah, so as far as refillable, it could work. I just think there are better options a lot of the time. Dude, there's 4 people there. Like, there's no way we can help you with that.
What must be done? I lend my
Your
aid.
team has destroyed a turret.
I just need some experience. No, 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 no. What the? Shit, I'm dead too. Why did I follow this fool? Freaking dumb. Like, we knew Vi was there. I just saw her a second ago. Well, thank God. We just need to hop on Echo's back. I need to just quit trying to do anything with this Lucian. Pretty much par for the course in solo queue these days. Just forget your AD carry and go play around your mid laner.
Every step, a new journey.
Hey, what's up, Lucas?
I heed their call.
An enemy has been slain.
I mean, I've bought refillable before, especially on a champion that doesn't have a heal. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay, I guess you don't get an empower heal. Oh, God.
An ally has been slain.
It's kind of nutty to not go, like, Blade the Ruined King against such a heavy poke lane, too, like Brand. I mean, I know you deal more damage, like, to squishies with the Essence Reaver build. And a lot of times I like that build, but, you know, when they have basically double mage bottom, like, you really need some kind of sustain, probably, if you can do it with your build. And you can with Lucian. Echo doesn't have TP. We're just gonna have to give him that. Is he dead again? I assume he is, yeah. Alright, maybe... I don't know where to go, honestly. I think Gnosis is probably going to take this. Teemo can't do anything because he's Teemo.
By the power of the sky.
But I can't really hold middle by myself, and I definitely can't stop him from doing Rift by myself, so... We did stop... the tier 2 though, so you just gotta let Echo do his thing. It's gonna take 2 or 3 people for them to kill Echo, so we just gotta play around that.
For peace of mind.
I need to go get the thing is, if I back, they might drop Rift. Got him through the heal. Just so much, so fast that I can't really heal through it. He chained everything together at the same time.
Every step.
Echo needs to go by. Yeah, let's just buy. They might drop Rift middle though. I think we're gonna have to get
I heed their call.
Mikhail's for the Veigar cage because I can't heal through that. Yeah, I'm doing Taste of Blood and Ulti Hunter on Soraka. That's what I go. Now, a lot of other people are still on the like the Airy train, but I like this a lot more. I think it helps you out with burst a lot with Guardian. And they've just nerfed the sorcery tree so much over time.
Where am
And they've buffed Ulti Hunter a lot over the past like while, so, and she has such a powerful ult. Wait till that healing debuffs off of him.
the whole world in balance?
Your team has destroyed.
I'm getting caught up, following stupid crap. Hopefully Echo gets it together instead of trying to like hide in bushes that are likely warded. Where they're all swarming around. Can we get this? She's just gonna run down Lucian and kill him. At least Teemo sort of kind of has good items. At least it's not like Blather and King Teemo. I know these two don't have synergy with each other. Like the Chalice doesn't work with like the Mikhail's passive doesn't work with the Athene's passive, but they both still work like okay together. If they have like heavy CC, which they do with Veigar. I mean, Veigar is basically like you're dead if you don't cleanse it. And I know this Lucian doesn't understand what a Quicksilver Sash is, so. Would have also been really nice for me right there, or just anyone to cleanse off like a Nasus Wither, you know, a Brand stun, a Nico stun. There's a lot of annoying stuff. I maybe should have even gone Ingenious this game and just done like Mikhail's into Redemption or something like that. I thought Rammus was gonna die there.
Every step, a new journey.
Oh, he's just gonna hide. Each stack, I believe, reduces it by 4, and then you start off with 5. So you can get up to 25% reduction.
Shut down.
So right now we're getting 17% reduction on it. When it's fully stacked, you get 25. I don't remember if I just said that or not. But.
Never waste a breath.
Okay, I don't think there's anyone here. So there are 2 bottom, and then Veigar's over there. And I should maybe think about going Ingenious more if I'm gonna go like a Redemption Mikhail's package, which is still pretty good on Soraka. Yeah, just so we have more cleanses if they have a lot of CC. We need to back up. We need to play around Echo. She's gonna throw a thing in there. She can face check for free with her stuff. Okay, Nasus is not here. Oh my god, it still one-shot him? Do we get... Wait, why are we off Baron? What? Why did we leave Baron? What? Oh, because Vi was there? Holy shit, are we actually gonna get wiped by the Nasus? We lose at 3v5 and Nasus just walks it in. I think Echo's gonna be up in time, but my god, that's a disaster. Veigar is just murdering everybody. Echo might be able to hold this, I hope. No, he just runs in and ends. Yeah, we just lose. Okay. Ow. Alright. It is multiplicative with regular CDR. Unbelievable. Like, we one-shot whoever they killed. It's basically, and Vi wasn't even at that fight. It was basically just Vagar Brand deleted Echo, threw, like, he had like a 500 shield or something, and I ulted. It's not that we got caught out. We lost a freaking 2v5. It wasn't caught. We should have caught them. Like, we had the vision on them. They didn't have vision on us. We just screwed up. I want to see that damage again. Okay. So he healed Lucian. Alright, Nico's dead. It's one of their big carries. Okay, so Nasus is not here. Nico's dead. Vi's middle. Okay, so he gets stunned. How much health does he have right now? Like 1,500 probably. Okay. So he just got hit by something. I think the Q. Now there's his shield. So he has like 1,000 health with 400 off the shield. I ult. And he just gets completely deleted. Hold on. Did my ult not heal him? It looks like his health bar didn't move. There's the shield. Oh my god, really? My ult went off like almost literally at the pixel the exact same time as that W hit. And so I don't think it healed him. There's the shield. Yeah, it says shut down there. Oh my god. It was literally like 1/100th of a second. Too slow. Okay. So it busted right through like 1,400 shield. Or like 1,400 combined shield and health. What do you mean 3 stacks at 30% would be? 3 stacks off of Ulti Hunter is 13%. I would assume he would have magic resist boots. I don't remember though, as I don't know what. Maybe he got Sork boots. I mean, I can look real quick. Let me see. I don't know if I had him clicked on or not. I don't think I clicked on him. I was just too slow on that heal. But, like, I was trying to save it a little bit because I didn't want to overheal him. I mean, I literally did not think he was going to take 1,500 instantly. I was trying to wait until he took one more little hit. Because I would have... It looked like I was only going to heal him for, like, a couple hundred, but... I think almost certainly he had Mercs. I mean, he's against Vagar. I mean, this is fine. Like, you don't need it. Like, I'm watching a replay. I don't know. You can download your replay and watch it, Duck. I mean, maybe they could improve it. I mean, you can always improve stuff, but I think it's fine. Like, You can like in the client, you can download your replay and watch it.
The Tempest is at your command.
He probably only had mercs, yeah. I would be surprised. Now, one thing that I'm a little shocked about would be like he doesn't have... I'm not sure if he has Hourglass or not. I don't remember seeing him use it, but that's pretty standard. Okay, if your base CDR is 30%, you have 3 stacks. No. No, that's not... that's not how it works. It's not 17% of your CDR. It's set like of whatever your CDR is. It's 13% of the original CDR. So like simple math for you. If you get 20%, let's say you have 30% CDR, you get 20% from Ulti Hunter. It is a it's an ultimate that has 100 seconds. First, it would check your normal CDR, 30%. It'd take it down to 70. Then it would do 20% of 70 for 14. So that would take it down to 56 seconds left on that ult. Versus additive would be 20 plus 30, would be 50% off, would be 50 seconds cooldown on your ult. But because it's multiplicative, then it's 56 seconds. That's the easiest way to think. I'm not sure exactly what you're describing. We might be describing the same thing. But that's the easiest way to think about it. Exhaust. Wait, what's hard griefing? Oh, you mean just the burst damage they had? I mean, they were both really fed, and Veigar was doing, or not Veigar, Echo was doing stupid stuff. Like, he got caught several times trying to do fights he shouldn't be involved in. I got involved in several fights, too. There were at least 2 or 3 deaths where I did not need to die. I think at least 2 of them were with the Lucian, and 1 was with the Echo when he was in the jungle. And you just can't do that with Soraka. You know, that's something I have to adjust to because, you know, with a lot of times with Rakan, you can jump in and try to help when people are doing silly things. You can actually hover over it, and I think it'll tell you, or like at the end of the game, it'll tell you how much time you save on the ult. I know it will in the end. I'm pretty sure in the end game if you look at runes. Probably not Shirelia's. You can get Shirelia's as Janna. I mean, maybe. We'll see how it goes, but I don't think mobility is really an issue with our crew. I think we'll be able to get on them. I think it's probably going to be Athene's Ardent Redemption. Like, just your standard 3 items. Actually, we might get a Mikhail's for the Ash Arrow and the Leona. So maybe we should do a Mikhail's instead of
With ease.
Athene's. Like, I would really only consider Shirelia's if you have like a couple of like meatball champions that don't have very good engage, or they benefit really heavily from movement speed. So like maybe Olaf or no, dude, there could be more people there, bro. Like what? Yeah, get out. Now she's gonna have to flash. If Leona like flash ease, like you know, Ashe is not gonna be there by herself. Yeah, I mean, being able to run away from them is good, but, like, you're giving up a lot of your scaling if you get Shirelia's. Yeah, so I might end up Mikhailsing. Why Shirelia's great with Athene's? Like, the best item with Athene's is Redemption, because you get so much mana regen that also combos with, or that also like translates over into HP or AP rather. Please don't clear those out before I get there. Please don't clear those out before I get there. Okay, thank you. It's actually pretty important. If you lose experience on the first couple waves, it's kind of a big deal. Wow, Guardian's already blocked 200 something damage. That's nuts. They're gonna hit it first. Hey, what's up, Holy? Yeah, Morgana's pretty good with Shurelya's. Like, there are certain champions that aren't good. I mean, it's not like Shurelya's is bad. It's just that, like, the other enchanter items are usually just going to be stronger. This is one where I probably should have taken Ingenious. I didn't really think about their CC, but yeah, with Ashe and Leona, I probably need to get Mikhail, so... If you're going 2 activatables early, which is kind of rare in this meta, but if you do that, then Redemption, or Ingenious might be a little bit better. Probably should have done a background check on the Akali. We can still win, but could get tricky.
Gale winds unleashed.
Is Olaf here or something? Why are they playing so scared? I gotta get used to shield first and then do your CC next. I don't think, does the W lower the cooldown on the shield? Slows or knockbacks. Okay, so the W does. So I gotta remember to shield first and then W. Get that extra cooldown. It's not gonna matter for a light trade right there because the cooldown's so high anyways, but it does certainly help a little bit. I'm just gonna go ahead and get shields. I don't think we're gonna be doing enough harassing to matter. Don't go all the way. She's gonna be there, obviously. Let's get a little punishment for Leona roaming.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah. I mean, how much do they have to nerf Akali before people stop playing her?
In harmony.
I mean, if she gets some gold later, she can be alright. Pantheon does fall off, but she's gonna get murdered in this lane right now.
As you wish.
At least Ashe didn't take comment, so I guess we've got that going for us. She would have just killed herself right there. Probably. I should have let her hook me.
In harmony.
Olaf's there.
Ally has been slain.
Damn, if Olaf wasn't there, we maybe could have turned it. He needed to go on Ashe.
Swiftly. Breathlessly.
Olaf's still in the area, so he can't chase.
The tempest is upon us. As you wish.
Yeah, she is going Storm Razor, which is good. We're even in CS, so it feels like we're kind of losing this lane, but we're really not.
Upon the wind.
Ult with no E. Well, I mean, if she would have gone in on that, she probably would have died.
An ally has been slain.
They just don't have enough damage right now to blow us up, especially if Leona doesn't have Ignite. So she's going BF Sword. What? She's going Bloodthirster? Or is she just getting a getting a Vamp Scepter for funsies?
Upon the wind. In harmony.
Well, this is gonna be really hard. Like, we're holding in there, but Olaf can just sit bottom because every other lane is just, like, losing hard 1v1. And Arcane's just, like, power farming and getting out jungled, so... yeah. It's gonna be one of those where we just kind of go even in lane and then... lose because every other lane's getting smoked and people eventually just camp this
An ally
lane.
has been slain.
I mean, Ashe has ult, so we gotta respect it. Okay. There we go. Maybe we can hard carry through Kai'Sa, we'll see. Kai'Sa's pretty legit. So far. We gotta get a little greedy here. Try to go for 2 plays, because everyone else is so far behind. You gonna do it? Sure. I probably gotta try to hold.
Swiftly.
Enemy kill. Shut down.
Okay, they did get a shutdown. That's good. They might be able to dive me, so we gotta... Seriously. I can't believe they had enough to, like, full kill me right there. With tower aggro. And that it's back. Like, I know there's short cooldowns, but that was like 1 minute. That's what it felt like anyways. I thought Ash's arrow was at least a 2-minute cooldown.
An enemy has been slain.
Maybe I should have taken barrier. I don't know. Exhaust has been pivotal a couple of times. Didn't I play too far back? No, I probably played too far forward.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Gale winds unleash.
An ally has been slain.
Upon the wind.
Is he dead again?
Your turret has been destroyed.
Jesus Christ, he's 0-4? Okay, well, I guess they get an Infernal here. Ash Rush Executioners, alright. I mean, I guess that does some stuff against my ult, but...
In
Shut down. Enemy killing spree. An enemy has been slain. An ally has been slain.
I don't think we can beat him. Vlad's too big. I don't think we can beat him, man.
Your turret has been destroyed.
I mean, Ash might have Cosmic. I don't know.
Breathlessly.
I don't know. She got like 50 different items. It's such a terrible build. But she's getting
with ease.
hard carried
Your
by her
turret
team.
has been destroyed.
Who can we even play around? I guess Kai'Sa's still doing alright.
Breathlessly.
Wait, can she not ult up? Oh, she doesn't have her ult up. Damn it. I should have looked at that. Okay. Okay. Alright.
In harmony.
Enemy killing spree.
Jesus Christ.
Enemy triple kill. Enemy double kill. Your turret has been destroyed.
How do we lose that? She has heal. She ults out of my ult, doesn't use her heal. She must have screwed up her missiles, right? Ashe didn't even have her ult. She just literally just right-clicked her. With Cosmic In, I mean, it's 5%. She'd get like 7 seconds off or something. 8 seconds off, maybe. Ardent Sensor is good with Kai'Sa, but they have so much CC that I feel like I had to get Mikhail's.
Upon the wind.
I know, well, hey man, I don't know what to tell you. We should not have lost that fight. I mean, Ashe didn't do anything fancy. She literally just right-clicked. She wasted her arrow on me when we were chasing. And then she literally just right-clicked and lost, like, we lost as Kai'Sa, and I mean, she's getting carried by our Kai'Sa, basically. So I don't think those, two terms are inconsistent. Those two concepts are inconsistent. She's down 2 levels, whatever. It's a 2v1. Like, she should not have ulted outside of my ult. There's just a million different things she could have done better there. Wow. He blows everything and chases me into the base and, like, just walks out. I don't even think he flashed, did he? I don't know. It's just one of those games. The matchmaking failed. We might have some opportunities to come back in, maybe, if they screw up. Ashe is pretty good, yeah. I don't like that build on Ashe at all. I think that build and those runes are troll, but it's working for her. Like, there's just no reason to go Bloodthirster. We don't have any poke.
Destroyed.
Upon the wind.
Alright, well, I guess everyone else wants to give up. I thought we maybe had a chance there. I don't know. In theory we do, but I mean with the players, maybe not. No, the person's not going without Ashe. I mean, Bloodthirster Ashe makes more sense than without Ashe, but... Ashe is like, that double kill's funny as hell. I can't argue with that, bro. Can't argue with that. Alright. Next game. She didn't go crit. She went Bloodthirster. It's like... raw AD lifesteal. Like... like, Blatherin King even makes more sense than that, because you get lifesteal off of Blatherin King, But you have some synergy with Hurricane if you rush Hurricane, because each Hurricane bolt applies Blade. Like, Bloodthirster is really, like, the only champion who should ever rush Bloodthirster that's an 80 carry that I can think of is Draven. Because he has a special interaction with his Q and the lifesteal. Anyone else that would like something that's lifesteal would probably just do Blade the Red King, because it has synergy with way more things. Especially like first item. Like, I could see Bloodthirster maybe like third item on some champions that like a ton of AD, like maybe Caitlyn or something. Even then, it's pretty weird. I mean, we just got outplayed. We lost every lane, basically. I mean, that is a problem. If you're running Soraka or Janna, like, it's hard to roam to make plays. You just kind of, like, win by just kind of scaling. And you have to just have, like, a couple of people on your team. But if they just run over you start to finish, it's hard to come back in. Leona again? Talon is obnoxious. I guess we'll just do Janna again. Like, I really want to do Rakan, but Rakan's not that great into Leona. Shit, I don't think I got the runes in time. It is good. Like, it's good. Yes, Arden's good with Kaisa, but the thing is, like, it just depends on what else is going on. Like, that last game, they had a lot of CC, so I feel like I had to have Mikhail's. But it is good, of course. Anyone that likes attack speed is going to like Ardent Sensor, but it's just a question of, like, you know, what's going on with the rest of your team. Do you need a Mikhail's? Do you need Redemption? Do you need Athene's? So a lot of it's just going to come down to, you know, just how she's doing. Like, if she's doing really well, if we have like 2 or 3 kills and she seems really good, then I'll get Ardent first. If not, I'm probably going to go with Athene's first. So yeah, I mean, anyone that likes attack speed or that gets, you know, Rage Blade is going to like Ardent. Almost every 80 carry is going to like Ardent, right? There's only a couple that, like the caster type of 80 carries, that maybe it's not as good on. It's still, like, okay on them. Like Jen and Ezreal, but, you know, other than that, if you're buying attack speed items, then you're going to like Ardent Sensor. It's just a question of, do I want to invest all of that in the 80 carry, or would I rather have something that helps me play around the rest of the team? I mean, extra points this time, so we have a Master Yi who also really likes Arden. But yeah, it's good. Not much. I don't know the exact conversion rate. It depends on your level. I mean, what does, like, 20% attack speed, I don't know the exact formula on the gen, convert over to? Probably, like, 10 or something like that. Somewhere between 5 to 10 AD. I don't know exactly the conversion formula for gen on attack speed. Like how that converts over to AD. It's not very good though. It's not very. It's not cost neutral.
Upon the wind.
I think it's like half the value or something like that. So if you have 20 attack speed, you know, that would convert over to 300, 300 gold. And so 300 gold is 10 attack damage is 350 gold. So yeah, it's probably something like 5 AD. Five AD would be 100 and really? Dude, she didn't even touch that for the first half a second. How did she still clear that? That's obnoxious. So yeah, 5 AD converts over to 175 gold. So it's probably, like I said, like maybe 7, 5, 7, something like that. Dude, do not fight. It's like, huh, they just full engaged on me. What the actual fuck? It's like they just full comboed me, huh? Maybe I should E forward and start fighting them in their minion wave.
Upon the wind.
I've got a Janna as my support, like level 2. Like my mind is blown. Like I could see like maybe like a Wood 5 player Eing forward into Leona that hasn't used her abilities yet, thinking you can flash the E or something, and maybe all in. But when she's already hit you with every ability and you're starting the fight at 30% HP and she's got Ignite ticking on you, why would you go forward into that? Misfortune was smooth. How is that smooth? She actually just like flashed auto and queued me. That's it. That's just profoundly dumb. I'm trying not to get triggered. That's so stupid. Like, it's not even, like... There's no universe where we win that fight.
Upon the wind.
Forget the MF damage, just the Leona. Like, the Leona alone just took you down. Like, it's not even remotely close. It looked like it was kind of getting close because Misfortune held her heel. Just run, dude. Dead. Getting caught up in random bullshit again. I might need to play some Recon after that. I can't handle these, like, just god-awful fights 24/7. Just all the nonsense that's going on in these games.
An enemy has been slain.
At least then I can get out of it and not die. I'm just dying so much playing Enchanters lately. 7-2 at 5 minutes into the game.
With ease.
Oh, I mean, I guess that's the only logical thing I could think of. Maybe Kaisa thought she was already dead and just, like, walked away from her keyboard to go grab a drink or something. Just like the cat walked across her keyboard and pressed E.
As you wish.
Okay, so she's just actually into what? Oh, why? I can't honestly tell if she's trying to int or not. Like, she's just walking right in front of the wave with no vision of this bush in Leona. I literally thought she was just gonna run it into their tower right there.
An enemy has been slain.
As you wish.
Well, we do have a Master Yi. Like, it's possible. No, stop fighting. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. Stop fighting. Holy shit.
Watch your mouth, kid, or you'll find yourself respawning. The tempest is upon them.
Look at their HP bars. Like,
With ease. An enemy has been slain.
like you have a pickaxe and a sapphire crystal. She's gonna come back with a dusk blade. Stop fighting. They have a Leona that hits you with every spell. You have a Janna.
Breathless.
I don't think she's trolling. I think she's actually that bad.
Upon the
We can
wind.
still maybe win around Master Yi, though.
An ally has been slain.
I mean, maybe she's never played against a Leona. I don't know, but like,
An enemy has
as soon as I see a Leona plus aggressive lane like Miss Fortune, I'm thinking,
ally has been slain.
okay, I need to be careful because this is going to do a hell of a lot of damage. No, but it's not like just having a bad game. Like, that's... No, like, having a bad game is getting hit by the E's every time. That's having a bad game. That happens. You know, sometimes you get hit by skill shots. Choosing to go in with your E after you get engaged on in a matchup that you should know is extremely bad for us early, twice, is not having a bad game.
That was easy.
That's a boosted account.
Enemy killing spree.
Nice reflex.
I mean, even if you're auto-filled, like, you should know. Like, even if you don't know the matchup, just look at your health bar. Like, huh. Even if you have no idea what this champion was. Like, you know, my daughter could probably come in here and figure out, huh. That green bar above your head disappeared really quickly. You're now at 25% health. What do you do here? Oh, don't fight. Like, you could have no clue what any of the abilities do or like who the champions are, and you could just see, damn, that's a hell of a lot of damage.
Shut down.
I don't know. I'm just frustrated because like the last couple of games have just been like ridiculous. I mean, this one's like next level, but like the last one was pretty rough too. No, it's a decent matchup. It's just like we're not favored early. Like, it's defensive.
Upon the wind.
I guess that's fine. I'm thinking, like, should I be going Ardent with Yi? But Yi's not super far ahead yet. I think I'm just going to go Athene's first. Hey, what's up, Carlos? Well, this one's rough. This one's rough. The last couple have been pretty rough. I think we won our first game, but
Ally has been slain.
we've had a good past few days. We got our mana immune, though, so we're good to go. Well, we haven't lost a ton in a row yet. We'll see.
As you wish.
That was a good roam by Pantheon. I would say it kind of sucks that I got the gold, but honestly, I probably scale better than Pantheon does. Like, it's all going to come down to Master Yi, most likely, in this game. As most Master Yi games do. If he can get fed and I can protect him with Ardent Sensor buff, then we should be able to win. Kaisa eventually will, like, be able to do something, hopefully. I mean, I guess at least she's trying to fight, so late game when she actually has items, hopefully she'll auto-attack. Okay. No. Shit.
An enemy has been slain.
Wait, what?
Two down.
Is that Poppy full armor against Vlad? Did they lane swap or something? It's Pantheon's been middle the whole time, right?
Breathlessly.
Can we go get Dragon?
As you wish.
I mean, Yi's not here. It's gonna be tough. Maybe we can get another kill. No. No, we can't. We can't.
With
Yi's top.
ease.
No. We're about to get collapsed on. Maybe if Yi comes down, I don't have my ult.
Slain. Shut down. Enemy killing. Has been destroyed.
Yeah, I probably should have done my research on this game. I don't know. I haven't researched the last two games. I've been kind of excited to be doing Enchanters again, but okay, so Poppy top the entire time, no lane swap, Rush, Sunfire versus Vlad. It seems legit. Like, you gotta at least get the thing where it's like whenever they do damage to you, you heal. Yeah, go. Dead. Dude, run. I mean, sometimes I really wish they would just remove those plants. Like, they're just so obnoxious. Go! Go! Freaking... Auto attack! Alright, well, that's done. Like, we get a pick and literally everybody just runs away instead of killing, like, the misfortune right there. Like, unbelievable how bad some of these people are in this game. Like, they all just run away. It's like Vlad zoned 3 people off. Like, I know he's fed, but holy shit. Like... I don't know.
With ease.
I can't do the grinder emote, guys, unfortunately.
As you wish.
I had a viewer probably a couple of months ago. That's why I don't say the grinder stuff anymore, because this person said that it was, they thought it was homophobic or like anti-gay people or something, that I was like making fun of gay people whenever I talk about grinder. And I had somebody else, when I was talking about incels yesterday, say that that was like really like mean and inconsiderate to try to make fun of people that hate on women and commit a bunch of hate crimes. You gotta make sure you're compassionate for all the misogynists out there. So. Kind of separate, related things, but you know, they are related in the sense that it's like you just can't say or do anything. You just can't, like, try to have any sort of humor, basically, is the bottom line. There is no humor in 2019. It's like, I mean, the gay thing was like different because it's like, it's pretty obvious that it actually was a long-time viewer. And, you know, I thought there were a lot of gay people that got the grinder jokes. I mean, the whole thing about that was funny about it is not that gay people were involved, but it was just so, like, different from what you would think. Like, the thing that's really funny is that I'm like this married guy, you know, that's got this secret grinder profile, and then I'm like an old guy trying to do something that is, like, in large part, like a thing for, like, younger people, primarily. Oh, they're using all their flashes. So that, I mean, that's the humor, right? It's not that, like, LOL, gay people have a dating service. It's like, you know, it's amusing that this guy that seems, like, very straight-laced, is, like, cheating on his wife with the, you know, this hookup app. I don't know. When you have to explain the humor, it's just not really that funny anymore. But, yeah. And then the other one is, like, I could kind of understand that, though, out of context. It was an international viewer, so they just didn't understand, like, some of the context that was going on there around that app and, like, things like that. The thing that was, like, defending incels, it's like, people that don't have sex are, like, they're people too, and they have feelings. I was like, I'm not making fun of virgins. That's why I didn't use the word virgin. I used the word incel. That's like making fun of Nazis and someone thinking that you're making fun of Germans. It's like, no, that is an extreme group of virgins that, like, self-identify as hating women and all of these other, like, things. Like, it's not a label people put, like, people apply that to themselves. Like, it's a hate group. So, I don't know. So I was a little disappointed. The game's still going on, yeah. Udon? Spend a year in China? I don't know. I can't make that decision for you, man. You know, obviously I don't know you well enough to do that, but I don't know anything about Udon, hardly. A university that I used to work for, I think had a really good exchange program with them. So I know we had a lot of Chinese students, and I think a lot were from that area. There's just so much fail in this game. Like, I would say like half of our kills are just like trolling, like, int kills they've had near our nexus. I think we've killed 10 of our kills have literally been them just goofing around at our nexus. Yeah, but that's not like what incel actually is, if you look at it.
Your inhibitor has been destroyed.
It's like saying the Third Reich is technically, like, not a hate group, because all it's talking about is bringing, like, bringing a new glorious German order, you know, and all this kind of stuff. Like, it doesn't say we are a hate group, you know, in the description of the Third Reich. Just like incel doesn't, like, the strict definition, involuntary celibacy, does not say we are a hate group, but that's, like, pretty much what it is. But that's not the same thing as virgin. Like, I mean, I know it's not like the official definition or whatever. But like, A portmanteau of involuntary celibate are members of an online subculture who define themselves as unable to find a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring one, a state they describe as inceldom. So this is not a label other people apply to them most of the time. These people invented this label to apply to themselves. Discussions in incel forums are often characterized by resentment, misanthropy, self-pity, self-loathing, misogyny, racism, a sense of entitlement to sex, and the endorsement of violence against sexually active people. Describe the subculture as a part of the online male supremacist ecosystem. So once again, I haven't spent a lot of time on like 4chan and hanging out with these people. I'm sure some of them are like cool, chill people. I'm sure there were also like, you know, cool, chill racists out there other than the racism part, or cool, chill Nazis other than, you know, the whole murdering Jews part. But you could probably, you know, have a beer with these people, and if you didn't know, you know, what they did in the shadows, they'd probably be fine people. But, you know, it's very heavily associated with that. It's not just saying someone who doesn't have sex. Like, it is a label they created by themselves for themselves that often applies, you know, certain creeds and certain philosophies to their worldview. So, I don't know. Anyways, we'll move on to the next one. I don't know. No, Yogg was talking about divine, I think. But yeah, that's my understanding of it. Now, maybe I don't understand it, but that's what I was kind of poking fun at. I mean, the context behind that was there was a kid that was just running it down middle. Like, actually, literally, the jungle was mad. Kept running it down middle. And I said he was just, like, irrationally, like, just really upset and just being a hater. Like, that was the context for it. So it was talking about kind of the irrational hate was in the context. What? Well, I don't know. There are certain things, you know, I'm not like... I think that you should have some sense of not trying to offend people whenever you can. But I mean, humor is always difficult to understand because there's a lot of satire in there. I mean, humor is just very difficult, but... I know. Yeah, they're probably thinking of something different. I mean, I explained it, but... I'm just gonna ban Morg. I'm gonna play a recon game here.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
But anyways, it's fine. I do think that, you know, some stuff, you know, you need to be careful how you're talking about things, but... I didn't think kind of like New Age neo-Nazis were a protected group. But... anyways, and the grinder thing, I mean, this person made a good point, and it was like I said, it was an international viewer without proper context and stuff like that. So I could kind of get it, which is why I haven't talked about grinder as much, but anyways, I'm probably just gonna, well, Vayne, I really wanted to go Recon, but we're gonna get smashed if they pick like Leona or Nautilus in this lane. I guess let's go Recon anyways and just try to play around. Hopefully our mid laner's somebody strong. I need to do my research for once here. 8-channer. Is 8-chan even more? I don't even know the chans. Like, I've never been to any of these chan sites. Oh, it's Twitch Jungle? God. Freaking Vel'Koz is so obnoxious. Trying to think if I want to do Nimbus because they don't have that much CC. I might try out the Nimbus cloak here, just to make sure I can run around and get on the Vel'Koz. I maybe should have even done Shield Bash. I don't think Lulu's very good into, I mean, Lulu is pretty good with Vayne in general, but, like, if you don't have some kind of sustain against the Vel'Koz, Kate Lane, it's a problem. Grinder could be both, but usually, I mean, that's what I was talking about. I think that's how I originally started talking about it, is kind of the double entendre there, because you call it grinding in League is grinding out games, but then Grinder, of course, is referring to something differently entirely. And that's, you know, that's how a lot of kind of the humor and jokes on the channel arise, is through something that's kind of a double entendre that could mean, like, a couple of different things, and I just act like I'm, you know, naive to it. And then that kind of creates the humor a lot of times. So I'm just like, man, I'm grinding all the time. I'm like, you know, hardcore grinder, you know, that type of thing. And then I was running with it. The same was true of Poggers.
I said, goddamn, I'm sick.
Where Pog can be a League term, and it can also be a different kind of term as well in other contexts. So but when you have to, like, explain the humor and stuff like that, it kind of gets rid of it. But we try to have a little fun on here sometimes. I think that humor is, I mean, humor is interesting. I think it's important on a channel because you're just going to run into lost streaks and stuff like that sometimes. So just to try to keep it fun, just have a good time. Poggers, that's right. And so I think someone got offended because we were saying Poggers as well on here. They're like, that's derogatory towards white women or something like that. I'm like, come on, guys, just can we not? Can we just have any sort of, like, humor at all? It's not even meant to be. I think it's actually meant to be a compliment in many circles. Like, it's literally meant to be a compliment. I'm not an expert in,
I'm Messiah.
you know, the proper lexicon for that term, like how it fits in, but what little I do know about it, it seems like it's intended to be a compliment. Yeah, but nobody says that, Chris. I mean, I don't think that gay is necessarily as, like, forbidden of a term as it used to be, but it certainly does not, like, nobody uses that. No one's used that meaning for that term in, like, common parlance for, you know, the last 70 years. Like, the term, I think it was, what, the term faggot or whatever was, like, a bundle of sticks in the 19th century. And then it got applied as sort of a slur towards the gay community because they would burn them, like, on a pyre if you were caught in, like, these, like, backcountry towns. So the context changed. So yeah, I mean, gay by itself is not necessarily a, you know, a bad term these days.
Don't leave nothing. Bring it all.
It's not necessarily meant to be offensive, like it's a self-identifying term. But anyways, alright,
I'm so fine, I gotta kiss myself.
Vel'Koz is so obnoxious. I really hate laning against Vel'Koz because it seems like this happens around like Platinum 1, like low diamond all the time. I start running into Vel'Koz and then they just like sit on my lane and pressure the hell out of me. And then you just basically don't get a laning phase if the jungler doesn't come down. And I know it's probably like there are lots of times where Vel'Koz does get camped and he loses. Can you pin him? Okay, well, I guess he took a shot. Okay, nice. Oof.
An ally has been slain.
Why Kates don't stand in bushes? I don't know. They probably should. One thing, though, like, it is dangerous against a Vayne to stand in the bush because Vayne can pin you. So that's, in this matchup, that's why Caitlyn probably would not want to do that.
An ally has been slain.
The humans will never understand
Yeah.
our kind.
Nah, it's fine.
Until they hear the song. We refuse.
This Vayne's actually getting some nice hits in there. Well, I think if Vayne dodged that net, I think she could have killed the Kate. She just got outplayed. She didn't dodge the net, and she stepped on 2 traps. So,
I don't need anything but the
I kind of agree. I think that maybe she shouldn't have even tried to flash for it, but at the same time, I think if she played it better, she could have gotten him. But, because I was getting kind of almost close enough to where I could flash W, but not quite. So, I don't know. I can kind of see why she would go for it, but I'm with you. I probably would have just let it go.
Ain't nothing I say should be taken seriously. That's why it's the truth.
Shit, am I dead here? Damn. I almost got caught out. I should have E'd much faster. I tried to get the Q in there.
Enemy rampage.
What's going on? Hold on. Who's rampaging?
I'm getting impatient.
Actually... do it this way. I think I'm gonna get an Athene's first against that
I'm gonna live.
Vel'Koz. Damn it, the Twitch. It has to be Twitch.
Humans think that to believe in something you have to be serious about it. That's their problem.
Slain. An enemy has been slain.
When I get sad, I stop being sad and be awesome instead. True story.
God, it is so foolish to invade right now. Twitch is 4-1. We don't know if anything's warded. You gonna invade and take his wolves?
I'm gonna take all they got.
Seems like a disaster. Yeah, he's probably dead. He might be able to kill him, but... no.
Has been slain.
Nope, seems like a disaster. Like, how does that seem like a good idea? It's like you don't have pressure in either lane, and you're going for, like, the deepest possible camp with almost no escapes.
Okay, Rakan. Get him running. Burn him.
I mean, yeah, you should be trying to invade Twitch. Like, that's fine, but, like, you need to pay attention to your lane pressure, too. Vamp Scepter to BF Sword. Come on, Zen. Come on, Zen. Shit, Twitch is about to roll up. We know he's bot side.
Magic.
I don't know. I thought I saw him on Gronk. I wasn't gonna play. Yeah, he's there. It's like, yeah, Zen's getting some kills with this stuff, but they're getting kills and assists, and Twitch is getting fed, and Cat is getting fed, versus Zen getting fed. I guess Zoe, like, we're getting some cleanup stuff. Okay.
Double kill.
Can we do that?
An enemy has been
Okay.
slain.
I mean, he is shutting him down now. It's just like super risky playstyle, and you're gonna get outscaled. Okay, I think this should hold in time for Vayne to get here. Vel'Koz is probably gonna try to stop me. Yeah, of course he is.
An enemy has been slain.
They ain't ready for what I'm bringing.
Oh my god, the creep block. She didn't get that last auto. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are enjoying the content. Ugh. She should have pinned. Did she pin somebody? She should have pinned either the Vel'Koz to shut him up, or at least, like, you didn't even have to pin him, just knock him out of his ult. Or she could have pinned the Caitlyn into the wall. Maybe she tried to pin Caitlyn and Caitlyn flashed it or something, I'm not really sure.
Killing spree.
I think they just backed.
I don't want a world that's safe.
Headshot auto cancel? What is that? Is that a new Caitlyn mechanic?
Definitely more confident. in
Most of the Caitlyns in my games can't even get the set down a trap mechanic mastered, so.
Rampage.
I look around these. I hear the music. The right way. So, now
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I'll just put that there.
Alright, I'm gonna try to give him some vision.
I hope.
Damn it, is he gonna sweep that? Come on, dude. Holy shit, this guy's like inting hard, going for that Twitch. Like, did this guy like say something about his mom or what? Wow. He even, I cannot believe that.
It's all right. It's okay.
The Vel'Koz even cleaned the Wolf Ward. The hell? I gotta run. Dude, they are really trying to protect this this Twitch with vision.
If Zaya says someone has to die, they die.
We've got Blade. We should be able to make a play on him. I think, right?
It's a
God, we're behind 40 CS? What?
I need to know when the action's
You might try to go for Rift or something.
An enemy has been slain.
My jungle, son. Get out of here.
An enemy has been slain.
Gotta protect that pink out in the open at an entrance. What you think this is, boy? I mean, who's baiting whom with that ward, though? Like,
danger is
we are
as
way
fun as
stronger
you
at that
let it.
point, and I have a very scary engage for Vel'Koz. Like, Vel should have given up that control ward. Hey, thanks, Sammy. Thanks for coming by, buddy.
I will walk in. I will dance. They will part.
What do you mean it backfired in favor of Prof? Like, I was setting that up the entire time. Like, I knew we had Vayne there. I knew they only had Caitlyn because they did not have Twitch bottom. Like, I was in full control of that situation. You're acting as if I didn't know, like, that Caitlyn was going to rotate over there.
Should I?
An enemy has been slain.
I dig.
I mean, he should have just laid down that control ward. Like, they are, you know, they're just too far behind to contest vision that's, like, that aggressive. Like, pink ward right out in the open.
This looks like another dangerous situation. Hey, I can improvise.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I saw some kind of particle there. Was that cat? Oh, it's Kate. Okay.
Killing spree.
They ain't
Nice.
seen
Oh, one shot.
Enemy has been slain. Your team has destroyed a turret. Your team has destroyed a turret.
They've never seen moves like mine.
Yeah, but no one was there. Like, their jungler was topside. Vel should have given that up. Like, no one was in the area. I know, because we saw them. Topside. He was just being really greedy. He didn't want to give up his pink ward. You should 100% given up that control ward. See you, Divine. And yeah, the Zen was probably a bit too aggressive at most of the time, but how does this Twitch Prime thing work? Do you actually have to give them your Prime, or is it just if you sign up for Twitch Prime, then you get free stuff? Do you have to give them the, you know, your $5 or whatever, your free sub, or is it just like partnered separately with Twitch where you can get this loot and you can also subscribe to a streamer? How does that work? Let me go use the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back. So let me know, anyone that knows that. I'm kind of curious. Sadie? Okay, I should probably get that loot then. I've never done that because I thought you had to give like your prime or whatever to do that.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
Can you give your prime to yourself? I think so, yeah. I think that's what I did with my channel. Although I don't know for sure. We might just blind Recon again here. Janna can work, but your team just has to not get run over. So I need to make sure I'm doing my homework here. What's up, Shu? Good to see you, buddy. I think we're 1-2, maybe 2-2 on the night. halfway tempted to ban
Your
Kha'Zix,
worst decisions will haunt you.
but so I'm just going through a couple of student emails here, trying to multitask. I know students want their grades, man, but it's like they turned it in like less than a week ago, and I gave them an extension on it, and there's already some students like, hey, where are those grades? It's like, Brand's annoying. God, that is an obnoxious team. Yeah, I definitely can't do any sort of enchanter into Fizz. So the dreaded basically double, like heavy pressure bot lane, semi like double assassin solo lanes with a heavy split pusher top.
Let's dance.
Let me try this out again. They don't have that much CC, so I don't think the tenacity is going to matter that much. Exhaust, definitely tempted for exhaust, but no, Karma's terrible now after the most recent nerf. Like they gutted her Q. It's like a 0.4 ratio instead of a 0.6. I mean, Lux, in theory, could be okay against something like Brand or some other type of poke champ, but the problem is, like, with Fizz, Lee, and Riven all being so mobile that you just can't play a lot of, like, mages there. Yeah, I mean, that's annoying for me too, Shu. The most annoying thing about Kate for me is they just don't use their combos a lot of times, like specifically their traps. So that's the most annoying thing for me, is a lot of them just don't even put down traps.
My fellow travelers, you are all about to witness my
And they have like a pretty good spread of super heavy magic damage and physical damage with Brand and Fizz, and then like Jen and Riven. So it's a pretty obnoxious team. They're probably favored in every lane and in the jungle early game. I maybe should have just dodged this.
never understand our kind until they hear the song.
Wow, electrocute Lee. Okay, that's like hard early game. I think, right? Isn't? I guess he can go Conqueror, but
Humans made.
I mean they don't even have any CC level 1 hardly.
I can remember. They kept none.
Minions have spawned.
Yeah, Fizz is Veigar's worst nightmare because Fizz will just jump the Veigar cage.
They will see my dance.
I mean, we can win if they screw up, but yeah, it's not gonna be easy. I don't think. The ooh, lethal tempo. God, isn't that terrible? Don't you need Klepto with Kale? I don't know that matchup super well, the Riven into Kale. I think Kale as a ranged champion might have an advantage there with some of the most recent changes to where she gets her range at level 6. So maybe, maybe that's not as bad as I think.
That's a good play. I hope.
You will learn what beauty truly is.
Do not want my Guardian to trigger just off of those flames, so I gotta like not stand close to her.
For humans, magic is like fire. For us,
Hey, thanks Dan, I appreciate it. If it wasn't Fizz middle, I might think about Soraka. Where did he get the range for that?
on the mountain flames.
Do not activate that Ghost Aura. It gives him free AP. Gotta wait on that bad boy to time out.
First blood.
I really want that blue coin, but I just can't do it.
Enemy has been slain.
Okay, nice.
I don't do safe.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, we're definitely going for that.
I don't want a war.
Try to get a control ward.
A summoner has disconnected.
Oh, come on.
A summoner has reconnected.
I think I'm gonna miss too much experience. I really wanted to donate my control ward over to mid lane, but I just can't do that until I have Moby Boots, because I'm going to be too far behind on experience.
Boom. Headshot.
I maybe could have gotten boots there instead of Null Magic, but Null Magic's so important against this brand, I think.
Boom. Headshot.
That was a really good combo by Kate.
An ally has been slain.
We'll push this up, see if we can get a scuttle here.
Boom. Headshot.
Danger is as fun as you let it be.
Action.
Holy shit.
You have been slain.
Brand walks with like 1 HP, and then Lee's there.
It's magic that's wild. I'm just here for the party.
Maybe I didn't see him. I mean, I guess I didn't see him till he flew out of that bush, so I guess I missed it.
See my dance. Then they will know.
Shit, seriously? Holy fuck. I guess I shouldn't have tried it. Caitlyn is just way too far away. I thought she was going to step up so that I could E back to her. I guess I could have just walked up and queued. Like, he wasn't that close. I'm just going to buy
Without wild magic,
Mercs here.
we have no children. We have no future.
Like, he wasn't that close to completing his back. It was still like another second or so there. Yes, CRO, it is more recon, because I played like 3 or 4 Enchanter games earlier in the stream, man.
Ally has been slain.
Get myself hyped. Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Like, I am going to play recon sometimes. Like, of my last 20 games, I've probably played recon like a third of the games or less. I mean, I'm not going to swear off and say, there's no way I'm going to play the best support right now. I'm absolutely not going to do it ever under any circumstances. I mean, it wasn't fully on Kate, but true or false, she could have stepped up a little bit more so that I could E back to her. Hey, what's up, Amir?
Has been slain.
Look good. Feel good.
We need Graves. I don't know if we can beat him one-on-one here. I'm gonna have to. stun me. The W? Oof. No, if Caitlyn jumped up, I was not dead no matter what. I have an E, like, that can actually move. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, it was totally her fault, but I'm saying, like, in a world where we were synced up better and she actually stepped up, then I live there. Like, if she saw, okay, Rakan's moving forward to, like, try to stop this back, she could have easily walked into this bush and I could have E'd back out. Like, it's not impossible. It could have happened. Now, me counting on her to do that, was that a mistake? Sure, it probably was, but it is possible. In a perfect world, if we're on a headset or something, like, it could have happened that way. I'm not trying to say it was totally her fault, but I'm saying that there definitely was, like, a possibility for her to save me there if she steps up close enough for me to E.
Has been slain.
Alright, we got him. Yeah, I think Jin W'd me. I guess he auto'd me, then W'd me. Because the Bran was stunned, so there's no way the Bran stunned me. I think just the Jin auto W'd pretty quickly before I could get back out. Yeah, no, the thing is, I don't get hit by Bran's Q if she's close enough. Because I W here, throw my Q, and then I walk to right here and E back out. Like, that's the point, is that I would not have been stunned in the first place. Like, yeah, once he hits me with the stun, I'm dead, for sure. But I'm talking, like, if she was here, like, within 700 range of me, I could have E'd back out after Wing it and pressing Q. Because she was right here, like, farming the CS. All she had to be was right here instead, and I don't think that's unreasonable.
I can't wait to see what I'm gonna do.
But, you know, once again, I have a mini-map. I could see she didn't step up that far. I probably could have just thrown my Q without Wing and gotten him to stop.
Magic.
Lee's got to be here, right? I was like, there's no way they're positioning like that if Lee's not somewhere in the area. Yeah, I took it, bro. Got to get that ward score. Wait, what? I guess he wants to hourglass the fish, but like getting arm guard into a fizz feels pretty awkward. Because you're getting all that armor that doesn't have any value. Yeah, I don't. Because like even if you hourglass the fish, he's still gonna like full combo you without the fit. Like he's still gonna land all of his other spells on you. And as Vhagar, if you don't have any magic resist, you're probably gonna die. No, I don't like spending that much on armor. I mean, I guess they do have they do have physical threats on their team, but say like Banshee's Veil, probably better if you want some protection against the fish. I mean, Fizz doesn't have a very good way to get that off of you with poke, so I think Banshee's Veil would have been way better there. And that actually gives you, I think it gives you AP. Doesn't it give you AP and magic resist? It doesn't give you health
What
anymore.
magic? We call life.
yeah, it gives you AP and magic resist, and I think that's probably a lot better. Because like Hourglass, like I said, by the time he's on you, like hits you with that fish, he's still gonna full combo you. Whereas
Your turret has been
the Banshee
destroyed.
stops the application of the fish in the first place. So,
How is that even possible?
and magic resist is just a better stat against Fizz. Like, of course, they're all there.
An ally has been slain.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to entertain myself.
Pretty much going about how I thought. We died a bit more bot than I would like, but I mean, we were unfavored in that. Like, every lane's pretty much unfavored. I should have just dodged it. It's just really bad matchups all around. We do have scaling, but like, yeah, my W has a cooldown, man.
Things don't get out of control. It ain't hard. Our kind will soon enough.
I mean, we do have like good scaling. I don't know about Kale after her rework. I think she's still really good, but I haven't seen a ton of her. No, support is never heavily popular. Like, anytime, anywhere, any game, any place, support is going to be probably the least
I'm
played
offended by how
position.
little attention I'm
Doesn't matter if it's World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Dota, Overwatch, Teacher, Nurse, like, nobody likes to play support hardly. The vast majority of the population.
feel like
There's just
my
not as much
allies aren't
glory.
recognizing how amazing my own is. I mean, seriously, rude. I dig seeing stuff.
There might be some metas, maybe, where one position sneaks slightly under support, but I
getting
think
impatient.
if that's true, I don't think jungle is an autofill role. I mean, we can probably look it up. There are probably sites that tell you what, like, the most picked, like, primary role is.
The only way to
I'll tell you, I
understand
personally, like,
plunge into
virtually never get off-rolled, occasionally.
dance.
And most supports don't. There are some that do, but...
I am
I don't think jungler's that bad. I think jungler is extremely impactful right now.
I should totally get paid.
I think it's mostly like junglers complaining about junglers and like laners. Like junglers always say they're too weak and laners always say they're too strong. It's like every meta.
I don't need to understand the plan. I trust my love.
on, please save me from all my bad positioning. It's like, dude, I got stunned.
Mankind is blind. I want them to see.
Like, most boosters are gonna play... I mean, one way to think about, like, which role is strong or not, I mean, it's not exactly the same, but, like, boosters, you never see someone boosting, like, playing support, and very rarely AD carry do they play AD carry. And that's what a lot of people pay attention to. They're like, what is my favorite, like, streamer who, like, smurfs all the time? Like, what are they playing? Well, people love to complain about their own roles all the time, too.
Doing his job.
Huzzy's tripping. If Huzzy doesn't think that mid has an impact on the meta, like, I don't know what to tell you. Mid, like, in any meta, mid is very important. Like, it's in the middle of the map. And it's such a diverse role, like... So he's saying solo lanes don't matter. The people that are the highest level that get the most amount of gold are the people that matter the least. If he's saying that the games are so short, that's his justification, the games are too short for mid or top lane, it's like, why is he saying that ADC is really strong? Like, ADC is historically the slowest scaling role. Like, in my mind, most of the problematic champions that people complain about most in solo queue are mid laners and top laners. Like Akali, Irelia, Yasuo, Riven. I don't know. That's pretty extreme to say that both solo lanes don't matter.
They're gonna try and test me?
I mean, it's just common sense. Like, it's not even like, you don't even have to think that hard about it. You're like, okay, you get solo experience, solo gold, diverse role, your position in the middle of the map. Like, you can roam to any lane, you have the most macro freedom.
Love is supposed to hurt. Ecstasy needs.
I can't even think of a type of meta where mid would not be important. Because, like, mid has access to a really good array of assassins, mid has access to really good anti-tank stuff in the form of, like, Cassiopeia, Azir, those types of champions. Mid has access to really good, like, macro roaming stuff, like TF. There have even been times where mid has, like, had, like, utility champions if that's what your team really needs. If it's, like, a carry jungle meta, they can still go, like, Zillion or something like that, you know, or Lulu.
They want us in cages. We want
We're gonna kill both these clowns, right? No, Lee gets out. I don't think you're gonna catch him, Vagar. Probably just redemption here, right? They're all so
Your
fed.
inhibitor has been destroyed.
I'm here.
An ally has been slain.
I highly disagree with that. I mean, ADC is okay, but I think that honestly, ADC is probably the least impactful in a lot of my, or it certainly feels that way. Like, it seems like there are a very large amount of games where I say, well, AD carry's feeding, who can I win around? And it's almost always a jungler or a mid laner. Sometimes a top laner, but... I mean, I could get on board with top potentially being the least impactful role just because it's so isolated. And if you don't pick like a really good split pusher, it can be hard to do stuff. But if I had to like rank overall impact, like which role do I think determines games the most, I'd probably say... Now, I will say any role I think can win, but I'd probably say jungler, mid, support, ADC, top.
Why is it taking so long to get back to the action?
I feel like having a bad jungler, like, I think that's the worst thing in the world. Because they control the entire tempo of the early game, and it's such an early game meta right now. Because there's a lot of misinformation about jungler. It's weird. Like, it's different from other roles. Like, it's a whole different, like, style of gameplay. So a lot of people, it's like either you're a jungler or you're not, you know? It's almost like support in that sense, where it's like such a different way of playing the game that, you know, if you're a mid laner and you get filled top, like, you still understand, like, how laning works. You still understand, you know, basic matchups and things like that. But when you're a jungler, like, it's just very different. Like, you have to get pathing correctly. You have to interpret, like, the map in different game states. Like, it's a completely different style of game. And that appeals to some people, and that doesn't appeal to other people. You have to really understand, like, macro very well. Whereas, like, if you're a laner, like, macro's important, but a lot of people can get by most elos on their micro. As long as you just have one person on the team that is making the shot calling some. I mean, jungler's still, like, near the top. Like, I think, I mean, let's see. Jungler, solo laner, I don't know where this guy plays. He just basically plays any, like, either top or mid with all those champs. We'll just call him mid. Sven's AD carry, Shady support. So it's actually a pretty good representation here of different stuff. A lot of people just play the broken champs that can play any role. So that's mid and top. So there's two like mid or top laners there. Tony top, I assume, is top. 3 tops. Or mids. Jungler, so 2 junglers. 3 tops, or 2 mids. Jungler. That's what, is that 3 or 4 junglers? Oh. Wait, is she banned? Okay. We'll ban Kazakhstan. So how many that's 1. Is that a jungler? Okay. 2, 3 junglers. ADC. 4 junglers. So 4 out of the top 10 players are junglers. And that's pretty much always the case. It's always 3 or 4 junglers near the top end of the ladder. And I know that isn't representative of everybody, but like jungler is almost always one of the best classes, although I think it's potentially the hardest role to play correctly. I think the hardest role to play, if I had to pick one, is either jungler or mid. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, it's because you can flex those picks. Jungle's unplayable, dude. It was 4 people. Like, what's your... Okay, so Santorin's just been chilling there. I mean, I don't know if I'd call that chilling. He's got 600 games. Like, it's not like dude had played 50 games at the beginning of the season and hasn't played. You know, he's got, what, 625 games in there. Which is not as much as some of these other people, granted, but that's still, like, that's a hell of a lot of games. You can't just, like, get a lucky win streak and get that, you know? And I think Challenger makes you play, like, an average of 1 game every day or 2.
Let me guide you.
Zach is annoying, but... I think we'll keep this. I'm thinking about the Mikhails, but it's really just Lux. I mean, the Lux bind is obnoxious. Nah, I'm done with Leona. She's just too risky for me. Like, if I want to play Leona, I'm just going to play Rakan. Soraka, because before they picked that Zac, they didn't have very good engage. And I wanted something to heal through Lux Poke. I mean, T1's fine. T1 just is who he is, man. I mean, he's a businessman. Like, so many streamers do a lot of for fun stuff. I mean, or different things, you know. Most people do that. Like, if you want a large audience, you got to play, like, weird YOLO champs, because that's what people like to see a lot of times. The only reason that I don't do that much is because I need to get to Diamond, because I still, like... I feel like I need to have at least that on the table just for a lot of people to give me a shot. Obviously not the regulars that are here every night, but people that just kind of you know, casually come through the channel and check stuff out. Like, if you're not Diamond, a lot of people just won't really, you know, watch you as much. So I feel like I still kind of have something to prove, at least to, like, new viewers. So that's why I have to play, like, most of the time serious champs. But yeah, if I was just, like, a mega hard stock, like, master player or even diamond player, I'd probably just play more YOLO champs just because that's what people like to watch. Not like hard troll champs, but just like a bigger variety of champs. Or if I just smurfed all the time, which is the perfect combination because most people don't, they actually like it if you smurf, or they don't care if you don't play on your main, especially if you're master or challenger, because you can just say the queue times are too high, and then you can play YOLO champs and have a really high win rate because you're stomping kids that you're way better than. So it makes it look like you're really good. So I mean, that's kind of the formula, is like get to, you know, at least diamond, preferably masters, and then just have like a million smurf accounts, play, you know, YOLO crowd service, like all caps champs as support, take off your name tag so people don't realize you're playing against silvers, and then just smoke them.
Minions have spawned.
Oh my god, Master Yi OP, I went 10-0 in this game. And then just cherry pick the games where you completely blow out people and post those to YouTube.
This is my path.
There obviously are people that are not exactly like that, but and I know that's the winning formula, but I think it's like, you know, I want to give real advice, but I need to get to diamond. Like, I need to get to a higher rank. It's important for the channel that I try to get back there and hold it. Now, will I get much higher than D4? Probably not. I mean, maybe if I have some major breakthroughs, but that's kind of near the top end of my range, I think. But there's a big difference in a lot of people's minds from being P1 and diamond. I'm gonna have to. I think I can get away with. I'm gonna have to flash. Holy shit! Dude, the Lux fucking bind, man. I should have just flashed it. I thought I could survive. It's level 1. Like, actually level 1. And they 100-0'd me through barrier. Favorite tank support? Rakan. I mean, he's not a tank. I don't like tank supports right now. I think their itemization is garbage. Probably, I mean, if I had to play a tank, probably Nautilus. I think your valid choices here are Nautilus or Leona. I think Nautilus is slightly safer and a little bit more reliable. But they are good, like, they definitely can win, but I had so many games where, you know, they just camp the crap out of bottom like that, and there is no escape. Really? Holy shit, she squared up. Wow, I thought she was gonna run. She's just so confident this Misfortune's not gonna step up and do anything. It's sick. It kind of triggers me a little bit when people dodge Star Call by walking forward and don't get punished for it. Like, we should be muscling them up. I don't know why we're not. We're really not even down that much.
For peace of mind.
Supports duoed with the jungler. Okay, maybe that's something I should have looked into a little bit more. There's the El Clasico. The old Pre-6 roam from Talia.
The whole world in balance.
Okay, Kali, this is your time. See it.
I heed their
Shut
call.
down.
Okay, nice. Eight eyes, and yet, yeah. We're actually up in CS. And we're even in kills, so it feels like we've been completely obliterated in this lane. They are up 2 plates on us. It sucks that Renekton's getting spanked top, considering Zac has just sat here the whole time. Yeah, solo lane experience is pretty nutty, I think. Come on. Come on. The fuck? Damn, I couldn't get close enough to E.
To heal and
She still had her flash after all that crap earlier? That's crazy. And Talia's about to... Okay, there we go. Oh, come on. Even through my ult? Oh, that makes me sad. I thought Talia was gonna ult down there on that dive, and we were gonna be screwed. Because I saw her, like, upper end of the river. Alright, then she turned back around, thank God. Augers. Hit him with that poggers. Pog it up.
the whole
All about that pog life around here.
I heed their call.
I don't know about rushing Executioners either. I know she heals off of her ult, but is that really, like, the problem? Okay, Talia is over there. I think we can beat Zac. Okay, Zac's up there too.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
To heal and protect.
An enemy has been slain.
Trying to watch those health bars. Figure out if I need to hold top or not. Yeah, we're all dead. Yeah, we should have backed up off of that because they weren't top. I know one of them just died, but I think it was just a Lowy. Yeah, they're gonna 4-man bot, get dragon, and they'll probably take bot tower too.
This is my path.
I think we're like 50-50 tonight.
The peace of mind.
Yeah, I changed the hotkeys on my F. I just look at the mini map and interpret it.
An enemy has been slain.
Just want to make sure I get the assist.
The overlord in battle.
It was really the Talia that kind of broke us. I think we could beat the Zac, maybe, or we could at least, like, escape.
Heed their call. I lend my aid.
An ally has been slain. Turret plating will soon fall.
Place me. Pieces.
An enemy has been slain.
Where am I needed? To heal and protect.
I mean, Guardian procs off of all 3 abilities. Guardian does not proc off of E. It does not proc off of Q unless you're standing close to him. It has to be either your W or your
An enemy
It actually doesn't proc off of R either. Because it says it has to be a targeted ability on your ally, so you can't ult across the map and give like your top lane or your Guardian proc.
This is my path.
Because Guardian says it has to be a targeted ability. While guarding, you target them with spells. So yeah, your ult does not proc Guardian. You have to use either your W or be standing close to them. We're gonna walk into something bad here, probably. That's brutal. That luck shield. Holy shit.
I think you'll find this is the most refreshing way to die. The elements are against you.
Holy shit.
Never waste.
Gracefully.
Wait, what? Guardian has a secondary proc no one uses? Hold on, I can't follow this. I'll have to talk to this after. No. It does not proc off a Font of Life. It says guard allies. Allies you target with spells or stand close to. They're within 175 range. While guarding, if you or your ally take damage, then both of you gain a shield. It's not about healing. It's about just whether you're standing close and did you target them with an ability. Like, Font of Life doesn't target.
To heal and protect.
I mean, that'd be pretty OP with, like, you could ult across the map and give your Guardian proc to,
Your team has destroyed.
you know, someone on the other side of the map with that. I mean, I'm gonna have to read font. I don't think it's unit targeted. I'm gonna get deleted by that Owawi. Okay. I think it is. I mean, I'm in the minority here, but I think it just... I think it gives you better all-in potential, and I think they've nerfed sorcery enough to where, you know, getting Guardian is probably better. Like, one big thing that I didn't really think all the way through, it's like, before when I was talking about it, and then I just kind of noticed playing it more, is like, when you run with Aerie, like, late game, yes, if you do, like, all upgraded shields, it's probably better. But a lot of times, like late game, you're throwing auto attacks, you're throwing spells, and I would say most of the time, like your area is just going to be doing a little bit of extra damage late game. Like it's going to be the damage version rather than the healing version. So, like, it sounds good if you get a bunch of extra shields, but then there will be times where that's not going to be how it happens. An area, of course, doesn't protect you. But you also don't really need Mana Flow Ban because you get so many Fairy Charm items now, and, you know, Transcendence is alright. Scorch is not, like, that great. It's not as great as it used to be anymore. Like, a lot of the stuff in Sorcery has been nerfed, whereas I feel like Guardian is still super strong. Font of Life can be pretty good. Like Second Wind, you know, Revitalize is obviously really good. Then they've also buffed up Ulti Hunter, which I think is pretty legit.
Killing spree. Ace.
Like, also poking in lane just feels like it doesn't matter as much. Like, it's nice, but either a lot of champions are going to have some kind of sustain or some kind of enchanter, or you're going to have an AD carry as your partner that doesn't do anything for the first 15 minutes of the game is building tier. So it's either like tier Ezreal or tier Kai'Sa, which are the most common ones, or you're going to be facing something like Lucian or Vayne that's going to get lifesteal. So it's just like there are a lot of scenarios where just you're not going to be able to outpoke them in lane, and I'd rather just have something that scales better. Yeah, so it's not only that like Guardian's cool and everything, that it's good, it's just like it's just the sorcery tree in general is a lot more lackluster than it used to be in the past. Now in the past, people like would max E, and then they would have like a powerful Scourge, powerful Airy, Frostfang, all this other stuff. But it just feels like that's kind of gone by the wayside. That's what I think. I mean, like I said, I'm in kind of the minority here. I think most people still go Airy, but I talk about this for probably like 15 or 20 minutes in my most recent support tier list video, which I haven't released yet, but I'm going to set it to release tomorrow, probably around noon. Just feels like that's kind of where I've been headed lately, is just go for more consistent inevitability. Just assume your lane is not going to be that great, and if it is, just be surprised. So that's why I've been going more coin lately, and favoring stuff like Guardian over Airy on a lot of Enchanters. With a few exceptions, some Enchanters that are like really strong in the laning phase, like Nami. It was nerfed. Like, the E, I don't think anyone's going to call it a change. Like, it was straight up, it lost 40 damage. Like, they didn't... What did they even buff? They lowered the cooldown a little bit on it? It was, like, definitely 100% a nerf. The Q was changed. That one's more debatable because they lowered the damage on Q for Soraka, but they increased the healing by a ton. So I think that's a net buff. Although some people called the Q change on Soraka a nerf. But that one's debatable. The E was like 100% a nerf. Well, I mean, on Soraka, she doesn't even have any way to trigger Aerie. To, like, get your Ardent Sensor buff going. Like, she doesn't have any targeted abilities that aren't a heal. So, like, that's kind of good on someone like, maybe Nami, because Nami has the targeted E. So, Font of Life does count as a heal from you, but it does not count as a targeted heal for the sake of, Guardian. So, it does count as, like, if you have Font of Life, it does spread Ardent Sensor to everybody, but it would not trigger Guardian. Now, that's, like, not going to matter most of the time, because if you're close enough to, like, hit a Q on somebody to, you know, get the debuff on them, you're probably going to be pressing heal on them anyways to get the Guardian. So, like, that's almost never going to be, like... I mean, it's nice to sit here and think about it philosophically, but it's not going to matter. The real place where it would matter is if your R, like, if R applied it and it's not targeted, if it's just a heal, then you could actually put Guardian on someone across the map with your R. Potentially. But it doesn't work that way. I mean, it kind of depends on matchup. Like I said, if I was against something, if I had, like, a Draven on my team or something, and I thought, like, we could really hardcore take advantage of Aerie and, like, Scorch and Absolute Focus in lane, maybe, but, yeah, I'm liking Guardian a lot more. Yeah, I mean, we can look at Soraka here real quick. And that's going to be it for tonight. I have to get up in the morning. I have to get up in about 4 hours. To go teach. But I can show you the changes, and just stay tuned. I talk about what I think is shifting in the meta and why I think Enchanters are becoming a bit better near the beginning of the video for about 10 minutes, and then I talk specifically about Soraka and kind of these new builds and rune choices, and some of the changes that have happened to her this season for probably like another 10 minutes after a little bit. But I can give you guys kind of the TLDR. One big thing that has helped out Soraka is this bug fix right here. This bug fix where she wasn't healing herself for an extra 50% when she was under 40% health is massive. Like, she, you know, because you almost always, if someone engages on you, you have to wish to try not to die. So that's a massive buff to her on 917, where she wasn't healing herself with her ult for the maximum amount. And then the Star Call getting 15 extra damage on 915 is very significant early game poke. And then they kind of buffed the movement speed here, which is okay. But this was the big patch where they made like 50 million changes to her. So they increased the cooldown on Star Call, but they increased the rejuvenation, so how much it heals. Then they changed the healing to basically give you like 50 extra healing, 52 extra healing on her Q at max rank. And then they gave it a better ratio of 0.5. And remember, this healing also applies to how much you heal allies for. So it was, I guess, 30 extra to how much you would heal allies. So it's not just healing you, it's healing any allies that you W. It's not just the first person. Anyone that you touch with a heal while this 5 seconds is active is going to get the full benefit of that 5-second heal. And a lot more of the healing comes up front, so you don't have to wait. It used to be more like evenly spread out amongst the 5 seconds. Now it heals most of it up front, and then you just get a little bit on the back end. So that's really nice. However, they nerfed the damage by 30. So I think overall it's a buff because it's way better for healing, but the damage is relevant. And now it gives you bonus movement speed in any direction, whereas it used to only give you 10% speed when you were moving away from enemies. But now it's up to 30% total. And then this was the massive nerf here to Equinox. Increase the mana cost, and they decrease the damage by 50. 50 damage. From 230 down to 170. So now, even if you max this, it's on a 16-second cooldown, only does 170 damage. If you max the Q, it's on a 4-second cooldown, and does, 200 something, right? 200 flat damage. So even if you only hit, like, 1 in 4 Qs, it's still dealing more damage in the same amount of cooldown window. Yeah, Sona doesn't really have a way to proc Guardian other than standing next to somebody. So, yeah, you don't want to do it on Sona because all of her stuff is aura ability, like it's not targeted. I mean, maybe against like some people, but anyways, I think Soraka is just a better Sona right now, which hasn't been the case for many years, but after those recent nerfs to Sona and the buffs to Soraka, I think that Soraka's pretty good. I mean, like, they had Executioners. Did they have... She didn't have Morello Nomicon, but they did have Executioners. But even with Executioners, I still healed for 30,000. So that 30,000 healing, you know, if people have, like, an average of 50 armor and 50 magic resist on my team, which they probably have more than that on average, but if they do, that's basically mitigating 40,000 damage. And the total damage that anyone did, let me see. Did I take the healing out of there? What is this? Oh, total damage to champions. There we go. So I mitigated 40,000 damage with those heals. And that literally, like, almost completely erased their top 2 DPS. So that's basically, like, just removed Alawi and removed Talia from the game in terms of damage. So, I mean, and they had grievous wounds. So that's the thing, is, like, the healing is so much with those changes to Q, the buffs to Q, that I think Soraka just puts out so much that if you just don't kill her immediately, like, you're just going to lose fights. And it's really hard to kill her when she has Guardian plus Barrier, plus her ult actually heals her for the full amount. No, you don't need to stock up on a health item. You should never buy things, like, in the current, like, state of the game, you should never buy things like Warmogs and Spirit Visage, and things like that. Because, like, it does, like, your heals do damage to you based on, it's like a percentage of your max health. So it's, like, kind of counterproductive. Like, the only time in the past when you would get an HP item would be Warmogs, but that was in a different sort of meta. That was when her AP scaling wasn't as high, and that was when Warmogs, like, had a different sort of mechanism where you could get it off of just a couple of items. I believe that was also in the meta where you could get Ruby Sightstone, so you had, like, a better health item choice, whereas right now there just are no good health items to get you to the, I don't remember if it's even 2750 or 3000 threshold, but it's just, like, a completely different meta than what it was in the past when Warmogs could be okay. No. Like, you should never be getting things like Spirit Visage or Warmogs on Soraka. You just need to position better. But anyways, that's going to be it. Thank you all very much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you then, and have a good day.